Space. The final frontier. The last place that humans have not yet colonized and taken to their advantage. And if there's one thing that I know humans absolutely love to do, it's beat the crap out of everyone they see. But more specifically, humans like to attack and kill things that don't exactly look or act like them. Which is a real shame, because in this simulation, our entire solar system is filled to the brim with different life forms. And today in Warbox, we're going to give all of these planets ample time to expand, and then subsequently let them murder each other until only one is left. So let me show you the kingdoms. Starting with the planet closest to the sun is the Mercury Republic, which are inhabited by very heat-resistant sapient scorpions. Next kingdom is the Venus Commune on Venus, which is inhabited by none other than demons themselves. Because let's be real, Venus is like the most hellish planet of all time, so this is definitely where they would live. But to keep this challenge more fair, all of the demons on this planet have been stripped of their demon swords and given a little bit less health. Next up, the third planet from the sun, we have the Earth. Inhabited by classic humans, however they definitely are limited by the sheer amount of water on their planet. However, humans are very good at colonizing things, so they could potentially take advantage of different celestial bodies like the moon right here. Nice. Next up is the Mars Empire, which absolutely had to be inhabited by normal aliens, but once again, these guys have no blasters and have also been slightly weakened too, just to keep the challenge more fair. As we move past the asteroid belt, we find the Jupiter Federation, led by the ribbit frog sapient creatures, and I really only picked them because they look like a species that would live on Jupiter. Because I mean, like, just look at these guys. Next up, we have the United Moons of Saturn, led by the Punkcorns, one of the two new species. Mainly just because I haven't used them all that much, but once again I have also weakened them because on their own these guys are insanely OP. Now on the second to last planet we have the Uranus Union, which is inhabited by crystal golems. And last but not least is Neptune. And if you notice, Neptune does not actually have a kingdom. That is because Neptune is just really dark blue and full of water. But because of that, the 100 penguins I have put on this icy planet for obvious reasons do not have a home to call their own, and so they're kind of just chilling here in the desolate, empty, vacuum, eternal hellscape of space. But my hope is that they'll hopefully head up here at some point to Pluto and start their kingdom right here. But as we unpause time, all of these kingdoms will begin growing at pretty rapid rates. Naturally, these bigger planets with lots of moons will have an inherent advantage, but since each of these planets contains a different species with their own advantages and disadvantages, quite literally anything could happen. But for now, none of these kingdoms have space travel to other planets figured out yet, as I have walled off any passageways between them, and in 200 years, these barriers will be dropped, and every kingdom will be thrown into a perpetual war with each other until just one kingdom remains. Oh, and the penguins have finally formed their kingdom on this little moon right here. I can't tell you what this is because I'm no space doctor or something, but at least they're not gonna die in the cold, empty vacuum of space. But anyway, we have 200 years until we start this fight, so I'm just going to time-lapse until then, and we are going to see how these kingdoms grow and develop over that time. And here we are, year 400, and here are what the kingdoms look like. This is a bit more different than I thought. It's been 200 whole years, and kingdoms like the Jupiter Federation have barely done anything, but I guess they actually don't really have that many resources, do they? And in real life, this would be even worse because, you know, Jupiter doesn't actually even have solid ground. The same goes for the unicorns over here in Saturn as well. But we can see it again here with Mars. They just have no resources, which, you know, honestly makes sense. As we can see, at some point, Venus did split into two different kingdoms, meaning these guys are actually going to have to fight each other and then move on to see if they want to fight any other planets, which is going to severely weaken them. While Mercury seems to have not done too much, but they have begun colonizing the sun, which, you know, personally I didn't think was, you know, possible because it's, you know, the freaking sun. But I mean, I guess Mercury's gonna have to take anything they could get. You guys seriously built a campfire on the sun? Do you think that was really necessary? Checking in on the penguins here, they seem to actually be doing pretty okay. But I have noticed that they made a separate kingdom up here by Pluto. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but that is going to also weaken them during the fight too. Mars is pretty desolate, and a lot of the aliens have died for some reason. But last up is Earth, which has actually been pretty much the most prosperous kingdom so far. Earth really is the only planet that has useful resources that these people can use to make houses and weapons and stuff. But either way, now that it's year 400, all of these kingdoms have discovered space travel, and now they're ready to beat the ever-living crap out of each other. And now every boundary has been lifted, and all we have to do is grab some spite and spread it over everyone, and the war begins. Go ahead and pick your favorite planet here. Who do you think is going to win? I'm gonna have to go with my boys here on Earth. I'm sorry for all my viewers from any other planets. I'm sure there's a lot of you. So Earth is actually pretty lucky as we start here, because all things considered, they're actually pretty far distance between everyone else. The Venus commune has dealt with their little rebellion here, and they didn't even take that many heavy losses. Them and Mercury are going in for a close fight right now. Penguins have been absolutely decimated by the crystal golems from Uranus. Oh, I like them too. They were probably my second favorite. Hey, but at least we have these guys, right? Look at them. They have their 9-person army going in. Come on, guys. You got this. I think it's safe to say that Pluto isn't going to last very long either. And oh my god, Uranus is actually destroying the United Moons of Saturn too. Maybe destroying isn't the right word, but they're putting up a fight too. I thought Saturn would be one of the powerhouses. But really, neither of these species have like any weapons or resources, because there's just nothing on their planets. So it's going to come down to raw hand-to-hand combat as these armies go in the fight in a second. And holy crap, this is an insane fight right here. This is technically like a space battle if you think about it, because we're out here in open space, and it's quite literally 50-50 here. I can't tell who's winning. I see some unicorns, I see some golems, but it looks like the unicorns are winning as they are pushing down, and Uranus is about to... Wait, hold up. Pluto took Uranus and most of Neptune. I knew it. I knew they could do it. The only issue is they only have 13 people. So as soon as they run into any army at all, it's pretty much over for them. And Uranus is now also gone too, as Saturn took them over. However, the Mercury Republic was able to take down Venus? Really? They were able to destroy the demons. I get those guys didn't have their swords, but they should have been able to take down a bunch of scorpions from the smallest planet. But to be fair, these scorpions also do live on the sun, so that kind of gives them some stuff too. But from what I can tell, Mercury is actually one of the stronger planets now, which is actually insane, because they're arguably the second worst planet, which ironically is other than Venus. I was saying that Earth having a ton of water was a disadvantage because it limited how much land they could use, but it does prevent like any invasions at all. I'm still cheering for my boys in Pluto. They're not technically a planet, but they are in my heart. Something somewhere has absolutely crushed Jupiter though. They're down to just 15 people with no army. And oh no, as I speed up time, I can see the Saturn army going somewhere. No, not them, anyone but them. And they take back Uranus. And there's just one stop left. Oh god, here comes the unicorn army, and they are absolutely obliterating anyone who's still in here. They're not even taking the city, they just killed everyone. All the penguins are dead. It's a massacre, oh my god. Well, there goes Pluto. They had a good run. They made it further than I thought they would. And by getting further than I thought they would, I mean literally like stepping outside of Pluto was about as far as I thought they would get. So that just leaves 5 planets left: Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, the Earth, and Mercury. However, only Mercury, Earth, and Saturn are the ones who are really contenders here, while Jupiter and Mars are kind of just existing, I guess is the word you would use. However, to spice things up, I am going to make a little land bridge connecting Earth's surface to the space hills out here, whatever this is supposed to represent, just so if the humans want, they can send their army out and through. Oh, and it seems like that's their goal, as they are heading out somewhere, and oh, a couple of countries are also heading in. Mercury is sending their army down. Interestingly, along with Mars too, who's sending their couple of aliens to go fight. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that. And oh no, Earth. They're moving their army over towards Mars, while the giant Mercury army's coming in. But another Earth army has decided to try to repel them. They're fighting on the moon right now. This is awesome. And there's still a bunch of soldiers. They're just trying to hold off all of the Mercurian forces, which they're doing a pretty good job at. But this army is not that big, and there's even more forces on the way, and they have skeleton snipers. While the main chunk of Earth's army is moving in to colonize and take over Mars, which should be really easy. And yeah, they take care of that pretty quickly, so Earth is colonized for first planet. However, they're about to get colonized themselves as the Mercurians are rushing in to fight. Earth's main army is on the way back to fight here, but will it be in time as they're having a huge fight up here in space? And I think they do it. I think Earth is able to hold them off. Mercury Republic still has a big army and they're sending even more reinforcements to fight. But Earth has a big army too, and they're ready to defend their home planet at all costs. Meanwhile, Saturn and their army is going over to take advantage of a very weak Jupiter too, meaning that we're about to have just 3 countries left. And now Jupiter has fallen, and the winner of this battle between the Earth Republic and Mercury will most likely determine who's going to have to face Saturn. So as we speed up time rapidly here, it seems that Earth's army just keeps getting weakened and weakened until a point where the main village of Earth falls, and Earth is trying desperately to take it back, but they can't, not against the Mercurian forces. But now Earth has been kicked out of Earth, and they're on Mars now. So they technically still exist, but they're on the completely wrong planet. But Mercury is going over there to take care of business, and the Earth Republic has finally been destroyed, leaving just Saturn against Mercury. And Mercury, let's be real, no one thought they would make it. I thought they would lose to Venus. Look how small. This is exactly what their empire started with. But I guess as soon as they colonized the sun, they actually became a threat. And to be fair, I would probably be pretty scared of a species too that, you know, lives on the sun, quite literally. So now as Mercury strengthens themselves, they're in a very even fight, it seems. And honestly, even though they destroyed Earth, I'm kind of cheering for them. They're really the underdogs here. And just so that the entire armies don't have to pass through these super narrow passages here, I'm going to open up a new space lane that goes from Venus all the way to Uranus. Meaning that, yep, now the armies begin flowing. The new Mercurian army composed of humans from Earth are going in to defend their new country, while crystal golems and unicorns are already present at Venus, while just a couple of the remaining demons and scorpions are trying to fend off the attack, and they do. There's only a handful of troops here, and they're absolutely decimating the Saturn's army. I guarantee you part of this is because now Mercury can exploit some of Earth's resources and actually begin making decent parts of their own kingdom. But despite what I said, Saturn still has 80 troops, while the Mercury Republic is down below 50. They're all charging into Venus, and they kill everyone on Venus, and Mercury's getting absolutely wrecked. They don't have that many people left, while Saturn somehow actually gotten stronger despite this whole ordeal. The actual composition of Mercury right now is an absolute mess. It's 39% human, 38% alien. If you add these two up, almost 16% bone, and only 8% actual scorpion. And ironically, this is what their kingdom flag looks like, and I didn't even pick this. This is randomly generated right here. Oh yeah, and they're also led by this guy. He's in charge of like 3 different planets, and the actual planet of Mercury has fallen now. Earth is about to fall, Mars is falling, and after all that, the only place left is the freaking sun. Of course, that's the last place left, and they all just die on their own. Well, I honestly would have wished that Mercury somehow won. That would have been an insane ending. But instead, Saturn reigns supreme. And if you made it this far in the video, clearly I did something to entertain you, so I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. And that's about it for today. If you want to connect more with me and my community, join my Discord, links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Farewell.